Patrick, and today we're running the 301 route, better known as the 101. And congratulations, by the way, this is the most beautiful route in the system. But it's not without its challenges, such as narrow lanes, parked cars, lots of traffic, lots of pedestrians, and lots of bikes. And finding your way to the college at the last leg of the trip. After you watch this video, you'll be fully confident to run the 101. So let's get started.
We begin our 301 route in Oceanside at the OTC, Oceanside Transit Center. Use stall number 8. This route will take us southbound from Oceanside to the University City Transit Center via the Coast Highway. Proceed out of the Transit Center, keeping your speed down to 5 miles per hour. As we begin our journey today, let's keep in mind the 300-29-1 rule, which states that for every 300 risky behaviors, 29 will be near misses, and 1 will be catastrophic. So let's stay safe today. 2 eyes on the road, 2 hands on the wheel, and stay alert. Make a right turn onto Seagaze. We will be making a right turn onto the Coast Highway at the corner. As you approach the intersection, scan the entire area looking for pedestrians and bicyclists. This can be a tight turn, so get the bus into position. Rock and roll to clear the blind spots. Look left, right, then left again. Make eye contact with any pedestrians. Safety at intersections requires you to be safe every day, every shift, and at every turn. So here comes the turn. And once again, remember, come to a complete stop behind the limit line. Always rock and roll in your seat. Check your blind spots. Look left, right, left again before making your turn. Walk your bus at 5 miles per hour around the turn. And look out for distracted pedestrians, and expect the unexpected. We are now on the Coast Highway, heading south. There are always a lot of parked cars along this stretch, so it is advised that you split lanes when needed. Watch for cars approaching from behind. When safe, activate the left turn signal and split the lane. Give yourself plenty of room away from the parked cars. Also, watch for pedestrians stepping out into traffic from between cars. This is a pretty long drive down the coast, and it is pretty straightforward. So for the sake of time, you'll notice I jump ahead. I'll be sure to cover any time points and areas of interest, including the route through the University of California, San Diego, UCSD. We are approaching Oceanside Boulevard here. Service this stop far side, then prepare to make a stop at the railroad crossing. Merge left. Then get to the right as far as possible, tap your brake, activate your flashers. Come to a complete stop at the 15-foot white line. Proceed when safe. Turn your flashers off after the bus has cleared the tracks. Merge left back into traffic. We'll jump ahead to Cassidy Street. Cassidy is the main intersection before Vista Way. There are 2 stops along here and lots of traffic. If a customer attempts to board without the proper fare or with an invalid pass, the operator can request the appropriate fare once, but only once, and then allow the customer to board. These cars are turning left onto Vista Way to access the 78 freeway. We continue straight through the intersection. Operators will not engage in fare disputes. The operator will not attempt to confront, deny service to, or eject any passenger from a coach due to a fare dispute. If a customer makes a habit of providing insufficient or no fare, the operator should contact the dispatcher, push the event button, and continue in service unless otherwise instructed. Operators are to make a reasonable attempt to collect the proper fares and valid transfers. A polite request or reminder should always be the approach. If the customer has no fare, politely tell them they may ride this time, but please have the appropriate fare the next time. Always give your customers the benefit of the doubt. We are now leaving Oceanside and entering the city of Carlsbad. This is the Buena Vista Lagoon and is the boundary between the two cities. Approaching the traffic circle, yield to traffic, enter the circle, and stay to the right to stay on the Coast Highway. To be a defensive driver, you need to observe these 4 behaviors. Look ahead, look around, leave room, communicate, and be courteous. This is the Army and Navy Academy on both sides of the road. Watch for pedestrian traffic through here. Note the one bus stop by the hotel on the right. After servicing this stop, it is okay to stay in the left lane. We will be making a left turn onto Grand Avenue. This is Grand Avenue. Notice this is an all points intersection. Make eye contact with pedestrians and rock and roll. Make sure all crosswalks are clear before proceeding. We will be making a left turn on Washington, which is the first left. And this takes us into the Carlsbad Transit Center, which is our first time point. Look for stall number 5. This is the 101 southbound stall. Check your time and remember to never leave early from a time point. Many passengers wait until the last minute to arrive at their stop. When safe, pull out of the stall and continue through the transit center. Make a left turn here at Beach Street. Pull up to the Coast Highway, be sure to rock and roll, and make your left back onto the southbound 101. We'll drive through Carlsbad Village. This is always a busy area with lots of tourists and pedestrians, so be alert. If you're going to drive a 40-foot bus around town, you need to be alert and fit. Ever feel like you are struggling to get through the day? Eating right and exercising 30 minutes a day can make a big difference. In fact, it's vital to a healthy lifestyle. Oftentimes, the tourists will use the bus benches to sit and make calls and not realize you are trying to pull up. So just deal with it and watch your mirrors. This is the boardwalk. It offers a spectacular view. Unfortunately, many drivers are watching the waves and not paying attention to what's ahead. The city installed these flashing crosswalks as a result. If the lights are flashing, you need to stop. We need to keep our eyes on the road and constantly scan the entire area. Start living a healthy lifestyle today. We are now dropping into the Agua Hedionda Lagoon. We are still in Carlsbad. The speed limit along here is 35 miles per hour, and it is heavily patrolled, so watch your speed. This is the Encina's power plant on the left, but it is being disassembled and will no longer be a landmark. Let's continue on down the coast. We are approaching Poinsettia Lane, and this is our second time point. Pull over here, check your time, and proceed when safe. This is the Barraquitos Lagoon crossing in Ponto Beach. This is the last lagoon, and we are now leaving Carlsbad. We're now entering Leucadia, which is part of Encinitas. Leucadia makes for an interesting drive. It's very crowded. The entire right lane is a bike lane, and the bikers will use the whole lane. Watch for bike riders turning in front of you without looking or signaling. Children especially have a tendency to do this. Be extra vigilant in school zones and residential neighborhoods. Watch for bikes coming in from driveways or from behind parked cars. And always check your side mirrors before opening doors. You read on your paddle to never cross the tracks here. And if you look to your left, you can see that a 40-foot bus is not going to make it through that intersection without getting stuck on the tracks. Let's skip ahead to Encinitas Boulevard. Make a left turn on Encinitas. There is one stop on the right here. Then turn right on Vulcan Avenue. Bicyclist. Slow down, share the road with bicyclist. When passing a bicyclist, proceed in the same direction slowly. and have 3 feet between the bus and the bike. When turning left and a bicyclist is approaching in the opposite direction, wait for the rider to pass. If you're turning right and a bicyclist is approaching from behind on the right, let the rider go through the intersection first, and always use your turn signals. This is the train depot on the right, and there's one stop here that services that depot. Now cross D Street and pull into the upper stall, number 2. This is usually a fairly busy stop. When it is time to go and everyone is seated, pull out onto Vulcan and make an immediate right onto E Street. There are tracks here, so be ready to make your complete stop. When it is safe, cross the tracks and get ready to make a left turn at the intersection. When making a left turn, drivers should signal early, at least 150 feet. Walk your bus at 5 miles per hour around the turn. Make sure crosswalks are clear before crossing. Come to a complete stop and look left, right, and left again before proceeding. Off-tracking and tail swing should be constantly monitored with mirrors. When stopped, waiting for the turn, wheels should always be pointed straight ahead. Always rock and roll in your seat and check your blind spots. Turn left back onto southbound 101. You can see that downtown Encinitas is another narrow, crowded area. The cars park diagonally, which puts their tail end in the street, and the restaurants have all poured out into the street. So be sure to split lanes here. You'll most likely have to. As you leave Encinitas, Swami's is on the right. Be aware of beachgoers everywhere. Cardiff is coming up, but I'm going to jump over downtown Cardiff. I did want to show you this section of beach as we leave town. Notice the bike lane to the right, but also note that the whole right lane is a bike lane. The bike lane takes off to the right, but you will still have bikes in the money lane. There are lots of parked cars along here, and you will be interrupted by cars coming and going and parallel parking. And here's where the bike lane rejoins a highway. The bikes have the right of way in both lanes, but what they'll do is move from the bike lane into the money lane without looking or signaling. It could be a very dangerous situation, so watch the bikes closely and expect the unexpected. I'm going to jump ahead into the center of Solana Beach. This is the intersection of Loma Santa Fe and the Coast Highway. The time point is just far side of this intersection. Pull over, check your time, proceed when safe. So now we've skipped the rest of Solana Beach, Dog Beach, and a residential area of Del Mar. The 101 is called Camino Del Mar here, and we are entering downtown Del Mar. This is Jimmy Durante Boulevard merging in from the right. We'll want to be in the right lane, so merge over when safe. This light is just a driveway into the hotel. It is called La Verge Del Mar. The next light is 15th Street, and here is our time point. I'm going to jump over Del Mar right now, straight to Torrey Pines Beach. Watch your speed on this downgrade. There are the ever-present bicycles, and there is a stop at the bottom of the hill. You'll want to be able to stop in time for it if needed, and plan ahead so you don't interfere with the bikes. Once you're on the far side of the lagoon, you'll begin to climb the long uphill grade through Torrey Pines Park. Once on top, we have a few stops of service. The Torrey Pines Golf Course is on the right. Then we come to the Torrey Pines Scripps time point. After this time point, we are going to finally make a turn. This is Genesee and North Torrey Pines Road. Make a right turn onto North Torrey Pines Road. There are a number of busy stops of service along this stretch. Your landmark for the next turn is this intersection, which is La Jolla Shores Drive. Continue straight through the intersection. Note the one stop on the right. Now merge left. We are going to maneuver through the UCSD campus. This next light is Revelle College. This is where we turn into the campus. Turn left. This construction is temporary, of course, but just go straight through to the next stop and turn right. This is Scholars Drive. You will meet customers with differing needs daily. For example, it may be a parent with an infant, a person who cannot read or speak English, or a visually impaired person who needs your help boarding safely. In your capacity as a professional bus operator, you will be judged not only by customers with the various needs themselves, but also by their fellow customers, who will be watching closely as you interact with them. You, therefore, have many opportunities to project a caring, concerned, and professional manner, even if you get busy. Wind your way along Scholars Drive until it intersects with Gilman Drive and make a left. Bus 2019 is pulled over, and you also will most likely always service that stop. It's a busy one. But let's go around the bus. Deliver assistance in an appropriate manner. Appropriate means in whatever way the customer has identified as the most helpful. You may assume that what you are doing to help is fulfilling the needs of the customer, while actually you may be damaging their self-esteem or physically hurting them. Treat customers with respect. Although customers differ in their needs, they all want to be treated in the same courteous, professional manner. Be patient. Do not become frustrated or impatient when having difficulties communicating. A customer using the lift for the first time may be confused. A person with a disability may need more time to be seated. Give clear instructions. Help customers develop good riding habits by giving clear, consistent instructions. Now we come to this big bus stop on the inside of the college. The 101 stall is the first one on the right. Continue straight. Sometimes, in spite of our best efforts, disruptive behaviors can occur. Avoid confrontations with customers, no matter what the cause. Many disruptive episodes can be avoided or turned around if we are able to anticipate potential problems. The more we get to know our customers, the easier this will be. At the second light, turn right. This is via La Jolla Drive. The big building on your left is the VA hospital. It is most important to remember not to take a person's behavior personally. Some people have mental disabilities or mental illness and are acting out of anxiety, not because of you. So knowing this, if you respond in an aggressive, defensive manner, the situation will probably escalate. But if you respond in a calm, courteous manner, the situation will likely diffuse. This is the VA Medical Center time point coming up on the right. Your first statement in a tense situation will influence the attitude of the customer. Arguing will only provoke a confrontation. Our goal is to provide everyone with a safe, enjoyable experience and to get them to their destination in a timely manner. Remember, don't take it personally. As you can see, the left lane is a turn-only lane, and it's best to position yourself ahead of time so you're not scrambling at the last minute. This is La Jolla Village Drive. Did you know 54% of all crashes occur in intersections? Being safe in intersections requires you to be alert at all times, every single time. So get in the zone. Once you cross this intersection, merge left. There are no stops along here. We will be making a left turn onto Nobel. Here is Nobel, turn left. And be sure to service this stop here. Most passengers here are headed to the UTC Transit Center. You are in a turn lane, so be sure to activate your four ways and merge back into traffic with care. We're going to cross over the freeway and continue up Nobel until we reach La Bonne. This is La Bonne, which is Nobel spelled backwards. Not sure if that helps, but it is what it is. Okay, make a left turn here. There is one stop on the right. Then continue down the hill to La Jolla Village Drive. And make a right turn. There are 2 stops along La Jolla Village. The first one is on the immediate right here. The next one is Far Side Regions Road. The next big intersection is Genesee. Your landmark is the big new trolley bridge overpass. Make a right turn there. Now you are looking for the second turn lane. Do not get into this turn lane. It is a turn into the shopping mall underground parking lot. You don't want to take a 40-footer in there. If you did, however, it's not the end of the world, but you'll be in there for a while. The second, bus-only turn lane is ours. Turn left. Cross over the oncoming lane of traffic and turn left into the transit center. Watch the crosswalks. Now, due to construction, we are dropping off passengers here at this first cutaway, so go ahead and disembark. Then proceed around the parking lot circle. Now watch this crosswalk. You're going from bright sunlight into dark, and this is the main pedestrian exit from the transit center. Drive the bus around and pull up as far as you can to lay over. Just FYI, this is the stall the 101 board's at. So congratulations, you've made it. You've completed the 101 southbound. It's a long drive, but it's a good one. And MV thanks you for your service.